Well, it kind of looks like all of today's videos are sticking to a theme, that theme being that you live under a constant state of surveillance. You are being watched, you are being spied on in ways that you could never imagine, including bird drones and your smartphones recording all of your conversations. There's really no way to escape it. And it's not like I set out this morning to have a certain theme for all of these videos. It's just that all of these news stories are currently happening. And when you take a step back and you look at how everything is going down, it kind of shows you that, wait, things are way worse than I actually thought. Now, earlier today, we talked about the facial recognition technology and how they're rolling it out at every NFL stadium across America. Now, in that video, I was hoping, that we could raise awareness about this and stop this technology from being too widespread. Because I know for a fact it's only a matter of time before this technology is used at every gas station, every supermarket, every establishment that you walk into on a daily basis throughout your day, wherever you live in America. And I was holding out hope that, hey, maybe we could stop this from getting too widespread, but it looks like it's already too late. Because silently, they have already started ushering in this technology into other places around America, including the Mall of America itself, which I believe is the biggest mall in America. Now, malls used to be a cool place to hang out. I really miss 90s, early 2000s malls. Kids these days don't know what a good mall is. You walk into most malls these days and you feel like you're in an episode of The Walking Dead. There's no one there, except for a few zombie employees desperate for a sale, but they don't really get one because no one goes to the mall anymore. Why would you when you could shop on Amazon? But there are a few malls in certain cities that still get a good bit of business, Mall of America being one of them. It's like a tourist destination. People come from around America to go visit the Mall of America. And now they have brought in, silently, quietly, just a couple of weeks ago, they've now implemented facial recognition technology. Now, their excuse for doing this is because they say, hey, crime has gotten really bad. We've had a couple of pow-powings right in the mall, and this will make it easier for us to catch people who do horrible things. Also, the Mall of America has a lot of traffic, so they claim that, hey, we could use this technology to find missing kids. And, they make it sound really good. It's all about protecting you. It's all about your security. Give away your privacy. Give away your rights in exchange for a false sense of security. It's not like these cameras are going to stop anything bad from happening. Sure, it may make it easier to catch the suspect, but you're giving away your rights and freedoms for basically nothing. It's not going to save your life at all. But you look at this, and then you look at this major crime wave that we've seen over the past couple of years. And it's not just in America, it's all over the West, right? You got all of this crime, and it seems like the politicians are making it easier for criminals to get out of jail, making it easier for criminals to wreak havoc in city streets. And it looks like the police are backing down. It looks like establishments aren't really, securing stuff anymore. They're just allowing people to run in and loot or what have you. And it's all of this chaos and lawlessness. Now, this is where a lot of people got it wrong, though. You think that these politicians are just going to allow this chaos to happen forever? You think they're just going to allow everything to burn to the ground? No, not exactly. You see, these politicians, they want the chaos, they want the crime, because eventually there's going to be a major crackdown. All right? Things aren't going to be this bad forever. Now, they're going to get worse, but the crime isn't going to be this bad forever, because the reason why they're allowing all of this crime right now, all of this lawlessness right now, is because they want you to eventually beg for mercy. Now, I know a lot of people watching this video, are women. Most of my viewers are women. I don't know if you ever played Uncle growing up, and that sounds kind of creepy nowadays, but Uncle is basically like you would put someone in an arm lock, maybe you would, clench hands, and you would try to hurt the other person, make them give up, make them beg for mercy, make them say uncle. That's what the government and the shadow government, the puppeteers, that's what they're doing right now. They're going to allow chaos to just go, they're just going to allow the country to go crazy until we say uncle, until we come to them begging for mercy, and that's when the big crackdown comes. That's when everything turns into a complete police state where you don't get to walk out of your house without them knowing exactly what's going on. You could call it martial law. It's something different than that. But that's when like the full communist regime comes in basically and takes over. So right now we're in a period of chaos that they are allowing to happen, because eventually they know that most people are going to bend the knee and say, please, I don't care. Take away my rights. Take away my privacy. As long as there's no more chaos, you can have all of it. And that's what they're coming for. They're coming for all of it. But let's go ahead and roll this clip. Let's learn a little bit more about what's happening at the Mall of America, because trust me, I can rant about this all day. Let's watch this clip and then I'll be right back with more.
Well, new at 6, there's a new security system keeping a watchful eye over the Mall of America. This morning, the mall started scanning shoppers' faces.
Mall security is on the lookout for anyone who should not be there or missing people. Gordon Severson explains how it works. Gordon?
Yeah, in recent years, the Mall of America has experienced a couple of shootings. Earlier this year, the security team added gun-sniffing dogs to provide another layer of protection. And today they added facial recognition to identify dangerous people as they walk in. About 40 million people visit the Mall of America every year.
Safety and security is our absolute #1 priority.
Keeping certain people out of the mall has always been a challenge. Until now.
All of you got scanned when you came in.
Wednesday morning, the mall's new facial recognition system went live.
Yeah, so we saw the signs about the new facial recognition software that they're using.
Jesse Thompson says he tries to visit the mall at least once a year. He doesn't mind the new system as long as it's used appropriately.
I don't know that a lot of people are going to like it. It'll be cool to see it in action and see if it really makes a difference.
Security officials say the system does not record or save personal information about shoppers.
The only people that we care about are persons of interest.
Those persons of interest include people who are banned from the mall, people who have been identified by law enforcement as a potential threat, and anyone who is missing or in danger and needs help.
And those photographs are uploaded into the system, and then those photographs are scanned against people walking in.
And all it's doing is it's matching people against that database.
Ravi Bapna was a consultant on the project. He's a business analytics and information professor at the University of Minnesota.
When I looked at and evaluated the algorithm, we are looking at a false positive rate of 1 in a million.
Meaning 1 out of a million shoppers may be mistaken for one of the mall's persons of interest.
We're not going to rely on the technology alone. That would be foolish, right? If we get a prompt, there's up to a 3-layer human verification to make sure that we have the right person.
Besides false positives, the consultant who worked on this project says the mall's facial recognition system occasionally missed people. He says if 1,000 persons of interest walked into the mall, it would miss about an average of 4.7 of those people inside the mall. So it's not perfect, but he says the system should keep a lot of dangerous people out of the mall who shouldn't be there. Back to you.
So yeah, folks, it's too late. It's too late. If it's at the Mall of America, if it's in the NFL stadiums, it will be in your local grocery store probably by the end of 2025. In fact, probably sooner than that. And that's not me being pessimistic. This is not me trying to fearmonger or scare you. This is me being honest with you. And you know the media is not going to be honest with you about this. So what you're seeing right now is you're seeing basically a test. We're going to test this out, in places that draw large crowds of people, places where most people are going to go regardless, right? So they're going to test it out in the NFL. They're testing it out also in soccer stadiums in other countries. Now they've brought it to the biggest shopping mall in America. And 6 months, a year from now, once they make a few tweaks to the systems, once they get used to how to work this, they're going to start having it everywhere you go. And that's scary. Because if you understand how this technology works, you would be scared about it. And we've already seen in other countries where these companies that are behind this facial recognition technology, they get hacked. And then people's personal identities, all of their information gets flooded all throughout the internet with people taking advantage of it. So there's many reasons as to why this, should scare you. Because trust me, it may sound good to some people who live their life in fear. But you're also, how can I put it? With freedom comes a certain sense of fear, a certain sense of insecurity, because you're free and you can do what you want. You can live the life you want to live. And life comes with risks, regardless of where you are, regardless of what you do. Now, some live more riskier lives than others, that's true. But you don't want to live a sterilized version of life. Well, some people do. And a lot of those people are still wearing masks and they're still scared to go outside. But you don't want to live this sterilized version of life where almost everything in your life is being controlled and you're always in a controlled environment. It's not what you want. It really isn't. And it's scary that we're going down this path. But unfortunately, for people like us, we'll talk about it. We'll call it out. But there's not much we can do because the masses don't give a damn. They don't give a damn at all. And before you know it, they will not only grow comfortable with this technology, they'll like it. Because it's going to make certain things in life more convenient. But that's what it's all about. Conveniency and protection in exchange for rights and privacy. Do you want the government knowing every single place you go, watching you 24/7? And do you realize how this could be weaponized against you? Because right now it's okay, we're going to use this technology to make sure we catch criminals and blah, blah, blah. But how long before they use this technology to keep certain people out of certain establishments? Maybe because they didn't take a certain medicine. Maybe because they voted a certain way. Hey, are you against this radical thing we're doing? Well, guess what? We have facial recognition technology that won't allow you inside of any grocery store for the rest of your life. This situation can get really radical really quickly. And if you think it can't, please remember what happened a few years ago, during the beer bug. Don't forget, they will quickly crack down on you, try to snatch away your rights, and your neighbors will turn on you in a heartbeat. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.